Hello and welcome to the Bookish One. My name is Dan, and yes, I am wearing the same clothes as in my Dancer's Lament review because I'm recording a couple of videos at once. What are we doing today? So we're going to do a bit of a book haul for December 2020. Basically, it's lockdown in the UK due to COVID. As such, I've got nothing to do, and now my bank balance is bleeding because I've got no self-control. So we're going to have a look at some paperbacks. We're going to have a look at some Kindle books as well, because essentially, in the first lockdown back in 2020, I wasn't reading, and my girlfriend was, and she was reading like a monster, like a demon. I had about 100 books, and I kept just going from one book to the other. So she said, "Look, why don't you just start reading?" So I said, "Right, you pick a book for me, and we'll, that's it." And she picked a book for me, and that got me back into reading. In all honesty, and that book was, in fact, it was The Shining. It was The Shining by Stephen King, which you will see a review of on this channel very, very soon. But yeah, that was my first Stephen King book, and yeah, it got me back into reading, and it also got me back into writing as well. Anyway, I'm gonna explain all that in another video. But yes, I am a writer, and I love fantasy now, and sci-fi, and more so fantasy, and horror, especially with Mr. King. So I'm going to look to explore that a little bit more. But yeah, today I wanted to take you through the books that I've since bought because, like I say, I've got no self-control now, and I blame it all on my girlfriend. Anyway, first one we're going to look at today is a Kindle book, and I don't know if you can see that. Whoop! It's the Silmarillion. It's the Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. I've read The Hobbit. I've read The Lord of the Rings. Absolutely love them. Absolutely adore those books. And I love the Lord of the Rings films, and I like the first Hobbit film. I like the second one because of the dragon. I think that's pretty cool. Third one was absolute trash. Sorry, Hobbit film fans, but it was. Didn't need to be three films. Could have probably been in two. Like, if you're going to stretch it, do it in two. But yeah, anyway, I love Tolkien's world, and for various reasons that will become apparent in other videos, I wanted a book to help talk about sort of world building and histories and myths and everything like that. I saw this on Kindle for quite a good price, and I thought, yeah, the Silmarillion. I'm 13% through at the moment. I'm sort of dipping in and out of it with my own writing, and it's quite dry, but that I don't see that as a problem. This book isn't Lord of the Rings. It isn't The Hobbit. It is a collection of myths, of legends, of stories about his world, and I find that really interesting. So reading about the creation of his world, and Melkor, and Sauron, and people like that, really is interesting to me. So yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien's The Silmarillion is the first one. The second one is, oh my god, look at that. Boom! We've got some Robin Hobb, and we've got the Farsia Trilogy. I first heard of Robin Hobb when I was in college, and I think it was the middle book in the ship trilogy, whatever that's called. And I got about 10 pages into it, didn't have a clue who anyone was, didn't know what was going on, and that was the only Robin Hobb book that my college had, and I actually don't think I ever gave it back, like, thinking about it, but I certainly didn't read it. And I kind of got, I was like, meh, I don't see what all the hype is about. Anyway, Robin Hobb is an absolute legend. I recently watched her sort of talk with George R.R. Martin that they did. It was a couple of years ago now. But it really interested me. And again, I saw a couple of other people reviewing them. I saw Philip Chase's review and sort of discussion on the Farsia Trilogy. I've seen Mike's book reviews. He's getting into Robin Hobb. I saw the trilogy on for a ridiculous price. I think it was like £7 or £8 in the UK on Amazon UK for Kindle. Yeah, why not? Why not try it again? Do the trilogy. Assassin's Apprentice, Royal Assassin, and Assassin's Quest. I can't wait to get into these. Honestly, Robin Hobb, she seems like such an interesting person. She's been writing for a couple of decades now, really, and the world of the Elderlings, is it? Seems really cool, and it seems like something that I'd be interested in, and it seems like something different as well to sort of the malice and stuff that I'm getting into, or Martin or Tolkien and stuff like that. And it's it'll be interesting to read a woman's work as well. You know, she's the queen of fantasy, I suppose, the lady of fantasy, and I genuinely can't wait to read these books and to get into them. I really can, and I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of the Live Ship Traders trilogy, that was it. Because they were only like £7 or £8. Boom. I'm so sorry about the brightness on that. Good God, look at that. It's like the Holy Ghost himself has taken over my Kindle. Let's try and chill that out. Is that better? Is that... Come on, gently does it now. Gently does it. This is getting weird. Anyway, it's Robin Hobb's Live Ship Traders trilogy, which includes Ship of Magic, The Mad Ship, and Ship of Destiny. Literally just because it was like £7 or £8, and I thought, you know what? Like the average book is like £10, so why not get 6 books on Kindle? I'm sure that Robin Hobb is going to be an author that I enjoy, and I think when I was in college, I think it might have been Ship of Destiny. So it was like the 3rd book in a trilogy that's the 2nd trilogy of an entire world. No wonder I didn't have a clue what was going on. So yeah, I can't wait to get into these, and I think what I'll probably do is read a trilogy, then mix it up with either some Stephen King or some other books, and then go back into Robin Hobb and then read the trilogy again. That's what I'm doing with the Ian Esselmont Malazan stuff, is I'm doing one Esselmont book, then like a Stephen King book, then one Malazan book. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to Robin Hobb, like I say, and she is one that that just seems really cool. Equally, I've heard a lot of talk, and I'm probably a couple of years late with this. Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames, or Eames. I'm sorry, Nicholas, about saying your name wrong. Apparently this is really cool, and apparently it's got loads of references to rock and things like that. And again, Mike's book reviews, I saw his interview with Nicholas. Seems like an incredible dude, and it was on offer. Why not? I'm getting into fantasy. Why not go for Kings of the Wild? As far as I'm aware, I could be completely wrong in this, and again, roast me in the comments down here. I can see you. I can see the typing. I can see the comments. As far as I'm aware, this is like a standalone, but in a series. So like he's got, I think it's The Bloody Rose is the 2nd book, but that follows completely different characters. So as far as I'm aware, this is like a full story, full narrative, and literally again, because it was on offer, I thought, why not? It seems like a really cool book. I've heard a lot of good things. I've only heard good things about it, in all honesty. So that just genuinely seemed like a good purchase. This next one was because of my disdain at Disney Star Wars. The Mandalorian has won me round a little bit. I've not seen Solo, because why would you want to see a Han Solo movie that doesn't have Harrison Ford in it? That's my personal opinion. The less we speak about the sequels, the better. Star Wars Legends is something that I've heard a lot about, and it's something that's always interested me. I love Star Wars, and I've heard they're a good place to start potentially is Timothy Zahn. Zahn, I think I'm saying that correct again. I'm terrible with people's names. I'm terrible with my own name. But this next one is, I think, the first book in the Thrawn trilogy, and it is Heir to the Empire, with Luke there and Grand Admiral Thrawn. Is that him? Got this again. It was on offer on Kindle. Why not? Why not have a nice, easy read? It doesn't seem to be that long, and I love a bit of Star Wars, so why the heck not? Yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. And I think that pretty much brings us to the end of the Kindle books. I'm just having a quick look now. Obviously, the Esselmont stuff's on there as well. Here's a book. No. Here's a book. Let me get to the front. Which I've bought recently, like in the last week. So I'm going to count it as December because this is my channel. I'm writing a fantasy series because I'm slightly mental. And I wanted to challenge myself, and again, because I've got nothing else to do. And I found this on Amazon. And it's by a guy called Timothy Hickson, who I believe has got a YouTube channel. I can't remember the name of it. But he does videos on like world building and things like that. And I've been looking for that. This is On Writing and World Building by Timothy Hickson, Volume 1. And it goes through absolutely everything from prologues, hooks, necessity in the story, opposition, tone, mood and theme, length, opening lines, the first chapter, examples of not so good prologues, Aragon. Yeah, so that just seemed like a really interesting one for me as a writer, and if anybody else is watching this who is looking to write their own stuff, it just seemed like a really helpful little tool. And so far I've read about the prologue because I've been having issues with my own prologue in my fantasy book. So I just thought, why not, really? And that brings us to the end of the Kindle books. Oh, God. Right, okay. Paperbacks. Mr. Abercrombie. Joe Abercrombie, The First Law. And we have got The Blade Itself, Before They Are Hanged, and Last Argument of Kings. Ooh, did you hear that drop? These look tasty. Again, other YouTubers to shout out for this. I think Daniel Green is the one that pops to mind. His interview with Joe. Joe just seems like a really cool guy, and these books seem incredible from what I've seen of them. I'll be coming to these very, very soon, I can guarantee you. So, like I say, I got these because at work, instead of having a Christmas party, obviously because of all the lockdowns and things like that in the UK, work gave us all a £30, I think it was £30, like a 30 quid Amazon voucher. And I thought, well, I've bought everyone's presents, so I'm going to buy myself a present. And these were on offer. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. So I bought these. And, I mean, apart from that one, they don't really seem that thick. I mean, like, let's have a look at this. So, like, The Blade Itself, which I think is the first book, yeah. I mean, that's 500 and something pages, 540, 530. Yeah, like that's nothing. That's nothing. Why is my voice going high? I don't know. But yeah, these just seem like really cool books, and I really can't wait to get into these. And yeah, they just seem really cool. Another guy who popped up on Amazon from my recommended, and I feel like I should be banned from Amazon now, is Adrian Selby, who I've never heard of. He's got well, he'll have 3 books out pretty soon. I think his 3rd book comes out in March. I saw this book, actually, Snakewood. This came up on recommended when I was looking, actually, at the Abercrombie books. And so, if you don't know, these are books that are set in the same world, but they're kind of standalones, which I really like. And I think for me, getting back into reading, these will be books that I can go into after having read one of the Abercrombies or one of the Malazan books or whatever I'm reading. I can dip into these, read them, and be satisfied with the story. We've got The Winter Road and we've got Snakewood. Now, I believe that Snakewood was the first book that he got published. But in terms of chronology, I'm pretty sure that The Winter's Road comes first in terms of the chronology of his world. And it says on the front of The Winter Road, the Empire will be born in spring, but it is forged in vicious winter. Yes, please. I can't wait for this. Apparently it follows sort of an ex-clan of sort of warriors who band together to be a merchant caravan of mercenaries who look to create a new empire. So that could be completely wrong. And Adrian, if you're watching, I apologise. Again, these aren't particularly long. I mean, this one's just 450 pages. So they're like standard size. Why wouldn't you? Snakewood seems a little bit longer. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, that's about 500 pages. That's 400 and... $510. The debts of glory must be paid. Yeah. Again, I don't know too much about these. I've watched one sort of talk with Adrian. I've spoken a little bit with him on social media. He seems like a really nice guy, and I love to support what I deem to be sort of new authors coming through. And when they have such positive reviews as what Adrian's books have, and when they're, like I said, when they're sort of standalone as well, yeah, absolutely, why not? So we've got Adrian Selby, Snakewood, and The Winter's Road, or The Winter Road. You got a nice shot of my arm there, and I'm going to take a drink. What have we got next? Well, see, now I should be banned from Twitter because I follow John Gwynne. And John Gwynne's got a new book out that looks absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you've seen the cover art. Somebody replied to John Gwynne saying that he'd found his Book of the Faithful and the Fallen on offer on a website for like 15 quid. Well, that was like a red rag to a bull. So I went and I bought the full lot. I bought Malice, Wrath, Ruin, and Valor by John Gwynne, The Faithful and the Fallen. These, again, I've heard nothing but good things about. I mean, look at the map is gorgeous. The Banished Lands, and there's giants, there's everything, there's magic. It seems immense, and again, he seems like such a nice guy. I've spoken a little bit with him on Instagram, Twitter, because I'm down with the kids like that. I'm 23 and I'm down with the kids. John just seems like a really nice guy. I saw his interview on Mike's Book Reviews, and he just seemed like such a cool guy, so down to earth, and his writing just seemed like it was right up my street. I can't wait to get into these. I know he's got a couple of other books out as well, which I think are set in the same world, but a little bit further on. But these, I just couldn't resist for like 15 quid for 4 books that are pretty, they're chunky boys. It was just immediate in my mind to get these. And that wraps us up. What are we? 19 minutes, 57 seconds of my mad rambling all about books. Listen, guys, there'll be reviews for these books coming in the next 200 years or whenever I get to them. I can tell you right now, Adrian Selby is top of my list because they just seem absolutely cool. John Gwynne, Abercrombie, I'm in for a heck of a ride. I can tell you right now. If you've got any recommendations as well, please do put them in the comments down below. I can see them now. I can see them trickling in. But yeah, if you've got any questions, queries, comments, anything like that, please do pop them down below. Like and subscribe if you like my ramblings, and I will see you again very soon, guys. Bye-bye.